And now it's time for a preview of an upcoming game by Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're here to talk about a preview of a game that's on Kickstarter right now that's actually fully funded. So this game is actually going to be made, and that's called Alien Uprising. This is from a new company, Mr. B Games, run by Sean Brown, and the game is designed by Sean Brown and Richard Launius. Now, I've known Sean for a long time. He really knows what he's doing in the business world, especially with games. And Richard, of course, is a game designer that I really enjoy, Defenders of the Realm and Arkham Horror. He's done some great work. This is a cooperative game in which you and a bunch of fellow Marines have crash landed on a planet. Okay, you landed on a planet, so you got to fix your ship and get home. Problem is, 600 kabillion aliens are really irritated that you landed on the planet. So as a cooperative game here, you have to either repair your ship and get it off the planet, or wait for a rescue ship. Either way, try to survive from all the alien attacks. Let me show you how it plays. Alright, as with all previews, but especially with this preview, the components that you're seeing here are not the final components of the game. In fact, when looking at the Kickstarter, which is already funded, I see that there's going to be miniatures replacing a lot of the things in the games. Obviously, the artwork will be changed in some regards, and things will change. But this is videos here basically so you can see how the game works. Now, at the beginning of the game, each player is going to get a character, and these characters are, when the ship crashes, you're going to roll a die to see where you land. So you might crash with the ship, in which case you'll take 3 wounds, or you might be thrown over here. And it's possible that you'll take fewer wounds, but this basically points out where you start. Now, speaking of characters, each player is going to have a specific character. So, for example, here you might be Jake, the star captain. It tells you what his starting items are, gives you a special ability. It has a hit point track on here. Gives you some other stats like movement and defensive dice. And you also get some special cards, of which you'll be drawing 2 or 3 of these at the beginning of the game. These are cards that you can use over the course of the game. Now, if you look at the different equipment here, for example, Jake starts with a blaster, battle armor, a laser sword, and a lucky coin. So he can use that every turn to re-roll a die, the lucky coin. The laser sword is great for melee attack. The battle armor can take wounds before he does. And the blaster can be used for melee attack or ranged attack. And it's possible for you to get more equipment as the game goes by, but you'll notice that each of these equipment here has a certain amount of energy that it costs to use. Also, you'll notice that this gun here has what we call ranged attack. Depending on how far away you are from an opponent when shooting them, that's the number you need to roll. So in the same sector, you need to roll 3s or higher, 4s or higher, 5s or higher, and it also tells you how many dice it rolls and how much ammunition you use. So that's what each player starts with. Let me show you another player so you can see another character. We have here the Blue Blade. She's a science officer, and she can re-roll icons, and she starts with all this equipment down here. And she's not the only person in the game. There's up to 5 players can play, and so you have to have at least 3. So if you're playing with fewer than 3 players, you take at least 3 people on the ship. So here we have the pilot, Jaylene Moon, and here's the security officer. This guy walks around with guns sticking out of him. And then Ivan Starr, the engineer. And each has their own special abilities. So you've landed on this planet, and what's happened here is you've been flung from the ship, but there's also debris all over the table. Debris is all over the place, and you have some shields that are set up around your ship, and these shields are protecting you from the aliens, and the aliens have already shown up. There's one that's going to start in each sector. Now, the board is split into different sectors. As the aliens are going to come in, they're going to be moving in these sectors, attacking your ship. And you don't want aliens to come in and land in your ship. You, on the other hand, will be moving around from hexagon to hexagon. This game has some pretty unique systems here with the hexagons, where you'll move around, and you can see that if you're in the ship, the only place to move is outside the ship, out the door, but then you can go different spaces. It also has some nice line of sight rules. You can see here that if you have the same number as another hex, then you can see that area when shooting towards it. Now, as the game goes by, you're trying to repair your engine, and you're trying to find 5 pieces of hull sheet metal. If you do that, you can get off the planet. You also have a homing beacon, and you can hopefully repair that. When these things are repaired, you'll turn them over, and then you can use energy crystals to repair them. And you want to call the ship in. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be hunting down these and turning these over. And here I found some energy crystals. Here I found a piece of the sheet metal that's needed to start the ship up. Here's another piece of the sheet metal. And so there's different things. But you'll also find maybe some cool things. Like here's a turret that if I take it back to the ship and set that turret up, then I get a turret cannon card that I can use energy crystals and I can just blow aliens away with that sucker. Or you might find a supply cache of weapons, or you might find a crate of ammo and energy sticks, or sensors, or an energy transmitter. So the game plays like this. Each turn, players are going to draw a event card, and this event card will have usually something bad that's happening to you. Sometimes it gives you a choice. Like here, archer shots cannot be blocked by shields this turn. Archers are aliens that shoot range attacks, so they will shoot and it will be blocked by the shield, but this says it doesn't. However, you can discard one shield token from each shield generator where an archer is present. So you would decide as a group whether that's what you want to do or not. Then, whoever is the start player each turn is going to roll some action dice. Again, remembering that these are not final components. You're going to roll these dice, and you have the opportunity to roll them 2 more times. You can take some of the dice and re-roll them if you so desire. If you roll an alien symbol, then another alien is drawn from the bag, and you put it on one of the 4 sectors ready to come in. And starting with the second or third roll, if you roll an alien symbol, you can't re-roll them, so it's a lost die. So let's say I roll these 5 action dice here. I've rolled 3 of a kind. If you roll 3 of a kind, you then take 2 bonus purple action dice, and you will roll them in the 3 of a kind, and then you're finished. And you can see I brought out another alien. Once all the dice are rolled, the starting player will choose one of the dice, then the next player chooses one. You keep going around until everyone has dice. It's possible, especially in a larger player game, that not everyone gets an action die. You will then use these dice to do different actions on your turn, starting with the starting player. They can move equal to the number of the movement points on their sheet plus any bonuses they have, and they can take an action. Any action die that you have, whatever it might say on it, lets you, if you're next to one of these items, turn it over, take it, and you can hopefully bring it back and use it for whatever you're going to need it for on the ship. One of the dice lets you basically look at these, even if you're not near them, to see what they are. An alien, I don't want to go there, the alien will come and attack me. These will let you heal hit points that you've taken. They're only on the bonus purple dice. There are dice that let you attack, whether with a ranged weapon or in close combat. There are dice that let you repair. You can add to the shields, increasing the number of tokens that are here, because if the aliens break through one shield, then you get rid of that one turn over the next one. If there's no more shields, then the aliens are just going to walk through on that side. So it's always good to repair shields. You can also repair things like the engine needs a few repair points to get that going and flipped over. So there's different things that you can go back to the ship and repair also. The binoculars that let you look at these can let you look at an alien card and turn that over. You also have a wild, which lets you do any of these actions. So there's multiple different actions that you can take. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the recharge action, which lets you recharge one of your weapons or armor things. So those are what players will be doing in turn order. And then, after that, yay, we're going to turn over an alien card. And this alien card will show how many aliens are coming in each sector, and if they will attack in that sector. And so then the aliens attack, they'll hit the shields, they'll hit humans if they're in their same area, and they'll continue on, and then you go to the next turn. So, how does this game kind of come to a conclusion? Well, if you repair the homing beacon, and then you get some energy on it, so that you can launch it, then this ship is going to come and rescue you. This is a track over here that you'll keep track of the ship. When you turn over alien cards, sometimes, and not always, they'll have a ship on them. And there's also tiles that you can draw from the bag that will bring the ship come. If you can survive and get to the ship by the time that this gets here to rescued, then you've won. Or you can repair your ship, in which case you need to repair the engine, repair the whole sheet metal, get everyone in the ship, and launch and get out of there. So there's 2 different ways to win. Now, on the other hand, there's multiple ways to lose. Some of the icons, and every time an alien gets in your ship, will cause you to increase the alien gestation chart here. So you move this along. When it gets to the gestation card, you're going to pull from a different deck of cards that you will have built at the beginning of the game, depending on how hard you want the game to be. These cards are basically cards that make the aliens harder. Now, when you get these cards, sometimes they'll let you get skill cards and stuff, but here you add a leader token to one of the sectors. This is a more powerful alien. Or characters with 5 or less health, subtract 2 from their movement now. Add an extra alien to number of alien tokens drawn during the alien action phase. So what these basically do is they increase the power of the aliens. So you're going to have tons of aliens that are going to keep coming out as you pull them from the bag, and there's all different sorts of aliens. There's slasher regular aliens. There's the archers who shoot. There's tunnelers who come in and come up right next to the ship. There's scavengers who come and run away with this stuff, which you need. There are brutes who are just big, nasty, huge creatures. So that's essentially how the game works. You're going to sit there and fight off the aliens and repair the shields and repair things and hunt for stuff, hoping that that rescue ship gets there in time. You will lose. If an alien gets into the ship and there's no humans there, then you lose. By the way, if you die in this game, you come back, but it's kind of a brutal comeback, and it's, you still get to play, but you've lost some things, and it also increases this alien gestation thing. If all the alien gestation cards come out, then you also lose the game because the aliens have simply got too powerful. This game is very interesting. All the different things, and there's always going to be, as with many cooperative games, this overwhelming feeling of panic. It seems like there's going to be tons of aliens coming in at all times as they just keep swarming in, and you have to keep fighting them off and blowing them up. And when are you going to use your sonic grenade that takes out a whole pile of aliens in one spot? Or should you empty your whole clip now? Or should you run up right to the aliens and fight them hand to hand, which gives you a better shot to kill them, but at the same time puts you in danger? You have one guy who's good at repairing shields. Should he go around and repair those shields, or should he stay in the ship and get the things working? Do you go for the rescue beacon and let that ship come in, or do you try to repair your ship? How do you, what do you do? So there's all these options, and the game starts out, and it starts out bad and gets worse and worse and worse as the aliens get stronger and stronger. The theme is really strong in this one, and I enjoyed it playing with this prototype thing. I really can't wait to look forward to seeing what it looks like when you have miniatures on the board and you're moving around and just high quality components. That sounds really exciting to me. I really enjoyed this. This is a very fun cooperative game. It's hard, but it's beatable, and you can make it harder very easily. There's ways to up the ante and add more harder gestation cards in there. So I like the idea. It made me think of movies like Starship Troopers, where they were standing in a base and the aliens are coming in and waiting for that ship to come and get them. But there's that exploration aspect. You go out there and, oh, we found a turret. Is it worth it to bring this turret back and set it up and blow up the aliens? Sure sounds like it. That's great. But at the same time, maybe we should, we would do better off getting some other things. And then there's expansion that you can get with the Kickstarter. It adds more aliens. There's a robot dog and a robot that you can have going around helping you. There's a lot of cool things, and I think you'll enjoy this because one of the things that really makes this game stand out as a cooperative game is that each character is very different than the others. If you play the weapons guy, that's very different. The captain pulls out his laser sword and jumps in and just, and the engineer's sitting there trying to fix things, and the weapons guys walk around blowing people up, and you have these very distinct personalities involved in the game. So anyhow, if you're interested in backing this, like I said, it's already funded, so there's no risk involved there. A very great company, great designers, really a very good game. Check it out, Alien Uprising. Here's the link.
Thanks for watching our review today. For more information about board games, as well as the #1 board game audio podcast, check out Dicetower.com for reviews, interviews, and more. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.